Well, welcome back everybody to Hot Rod Guy Garage. As you can see, I got Project Phoenix on the rack. Haven't really had much more oil pressure issues since the Wix oil filter failure. A little update from them. They're reading my messages but not responding. So, take that as it is. Uh, don't give me warm and fuzzy feelings about them anymore, and I will no longer use their filters. So, as you can see, I got it on the rack. So, I'll flip it around and I'll show you kind of what I got going on. And alright guys, as you can see, I've already got one wheel off the car. And I've got our motor mount off, and I'm currently draining the oil out. I'm fixing to pull this oil pan and make sure we don't have a bunch of that glue stuck in our pickup screen. So kind of follow along with me and we'll see what we get. Alright guys, I got the pan off. It's pretty fucky in there. It's pretty bad. So I'm not going to blame this portion all on the Wix filter. So as you can see, our pickup screen is she's blocked. So I'm gonna get this thing pulled off here and see if I can't get a gasket for the pickup tube and get this in the parts washer and get everything cleaned up and maybe put back together. So stay tuned.
You can get it, but you can't get it till Friday.
Well, we're all back together. I've done started it up, and let me flip this camera. All right, and like I said, we're all back together. It runs. We got 80-pound oil pressure idle. I'm gonna drive it home. We'll see what happens, but so far so good. Reused oil that was in it, filtered it out, put it back in since it was fresh. The oil pan was very, very sludgy. Probably from the motor bench sludgy before, but we did have large, giant pieces of hard, let's just say glue, from our filter. And the filter failure did not help and was probably the death blow for our oil pressure issue. Eventually, this sludge would have broke down, and it would have caused this anyway. But good thing I went ahead and pulled the pan, cleaned it out. Nobody local had a pickup tube sealed, so ended up making one out of gasket material. But so far, seems good, guys. So I'll drive home. Let's see what happens. Well, everybody, made it home all right. I'll flip the camera around here. And all right, so like I said, we made it home all right. Had about 85-pound oil pressure, cold start up. 80 to 85, 90 plus when you revved it. And it run home at 80 pounds of oil pressure after it got good and hot, at about 2,000 RPM. I have been driving the car quite a bit this week. So as far as that stuff goes, our oil pressure issue seems to be fixed. Now the pickup tube is cleaned out. So that's positive. I felt good enough about it. I went ahead, and when I got home, I went ahead and put the engine cover back on it. So this cover does make quite a bit of difference in the heat inside the car. So, so far so good. So that said, anytime you have some kind of failure like that, just go ahead and pull the oil pan and check your pickup tube screen. 99% of it, I'm not going to put 100% of the blame on wicks. Like I said before, the motor was sludgy, and there was quite a bit of sludge in the pan, and there was quite a bit of sludge in the pickup tube. But I think the killer blow here was the hard glue from our filter. Completely plugged it up. So either way, at this point, at least it's got good oil pressure, and it does not lose it in power. So I'm going to continue driving. I'm going to drive again tomorrow. I probably drove it 4 days this week out of 5. And one of those days wasn't because I wasn't going to drive it. It was because I had to haul something. So it's been doing good, guys. It's burned about a half tank of gas, and that's fair. You know what I mean? Stock G will burn about a quarter tank. The route I drive in a week. So it to burn about double is not bad. Especially considering the motor's twice as big, and I do tend to run it a little harder. So if you like this kind of stuff, make sure you like this video, and if you got anything to comment, make sure you comment below. Hopefully I'll hear something from Wix on that, and maybe at least, I'll at least get reimbursed for some oil here, because I'm not looking for the world. I just want, something made right. When you pay big money for stuff, like in today's economy, where everything's super inflated in price, you better start ringing some bells when stuff fails. Back if it was a $5 oil filter like it was 5 years ago, it wouldn't be a big deal, but it was a $15 oil filter that failed, not a $5 one. So, until then, guys, we'll see you at the next video. Thanks for watching.